Damn. This place sucks. All right, well, we should be live, but hold on here because I need to confirm it. I actually don't have it brought up. I'm at a Casey's, and this is not one of those good Casey's. Like, you have good ones and you have really bad ones. Like, there's no in between. It's either you get a dumpster fire or you get something that's moderately okay, and this one sucks. You can usually tell by looking at the building. I feel like these are reasonable places to judge a book by its cover, because when it's like these really old, dilapidated buildings and stuff, like, you just know it's going to be terrible. But you stop anyway because I was about to run out of gas. So, but I went in and I got popcorn chicken, which is way better than the chicken tenders. The chicken tenders here suck. The popcorn chicken it's hit or miss as long as it's not burnt. Problem is it's usually burnt. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, get me the hell out of here. I don't even know where I am. I'm in some freaking middle of Iowa town. I should know. Monticello, yeah, whatever. Folks, listen, so if you notice the title, I'm totally mocking a lot right now. So, I have to admit, I am absolutely targeting somebody. It's nobody that's live streaming. I don't want anybody to think it's any of that, but there was a post made earlier today by a chaser that was like, "Where's a mate?" That literally said there is a major winter storm coming. This is not a major winter storm. There's like 2 or 3 inches of snow. I was just like, you're such a blowhard. So that's why I made the live stream title what it is. I think it's funny. This is, I don't even, here's the deal. This is, the real reason that I'm out today is because it's going to be slow for me for the rest of the week for live streaming. I need an excuse for something. So we're going to go see if we can find a couple of snowflakes or something like that. I'm about what am I, like 45 minutes away? I think we're like 45 minutes away. Hold on. GPS is, yeah, we're 45 minutes or so away from Iowa City. Once we get to Iowa City, we'll have snow. And then we'll go from like maybe there to a little ways south. I don't know. I'm not going to be out all night. This is not going to be a big deal. I don't have the energy in me to be doing this crap. I'm just kind of here for the formality of it. Plus, it's only 3 hours from home, so it's not a big deal. So I don't want anybody to expect chaos here. Tomorrow is our big announcement for our 2026 mission, and there's some other stuff going on tomorrow. There's probably not going to be a live stream tomorrow, but on Saturday I would expect one, and probably on Sunday and Monday as well. But we're not going to be storm chasing. We're going to be I don't know what I want to say about this yet. It's not going to be storm chasing, and it's not going to be well, let's call it moving day. So we're probably going to be streaming moving day on maybe later Saturday, but for sure Sunday and then Monday. We'll call it moving day, I guess. Some of it anyway. But so we're heading toward Iowa City now. God damn it. I can't even get this box. There we go. Alright, well, I got good news. The popcorn chicken doesn't look like trash. It's not like rock hard, so that's cool. Tell you what, I'm really glad I didn't go out for that lake effect snow. I actually almost did. But holy crap, that looks disappointing as hell. God dang it, that stupid thing is back on the screen again. God damn it. Hold on, I'll get rid of it. Alright, it's gone. It's supposed to be on the screen every now and then, but not where it is. I keep moving it, but it keeps going back there. I don't know why. Yeah, this lake effect season has kind of sucked. It's actually really windy out. Yeah, this today is just a kind of an excuse to go screw around. I'm leaving. I'm out of here by 7. Like, I don't care what's happening. I'm leaving by 7. I'm out. There is a winter weather advisory out. I mean, I guess that kind of justifies my trip down here. Yeah, so Dean made mention of the 2022 lake effect season. Hell, just that whole season was nuts. That was like the last time that I feel like I was ever actually like in Buffalo for an event. Well, no, I take that back. There was one last year. Usually it's like Dunkirk, but yeah, that was nuts. I mean, that was absolutely historic. I mean, that what was it, like 4.5 feet of snow or something like that? So I ran into Dean out there right after I got screamed at by a New York State cop who was on a little bit of a power trip. So there was a bunch of the interstate was closed. So there was a bunch of semis lined up on the side of the road. Well, we thought they were parked. We didn't realize that they had opened the interstate and were trying to get them on the on-ramp. I had no idea of knowing. It was a line about 2 miles long. And they were all half on the shoulder. We just assumed that they were parked there because they were stuck, which, I mean, they were. So I just went around them, and I come up to the front of the line, and there's a state cop standing in the middle of the road. I about ran him over. And he's just screaming bloody murder at me. And I just rolled my window down. I'm like, what is the problem? That's literally what I said. I said, what is the problem? You can't drive down the middle of the fucking road. And I'm just like, they're all parked. No, they're not. I'm directing traffic. What are you doing? And I'm just like, they're not in the road. What do you want me to do? Like, and they weren't, like, I don't know what you expect. I can't read minds. Like, hello. And he's like, pull over there. And I'm just like, I think I said some smart ass comment like, I'm good or something like that. And then, I don't know, I think he realized that he was totally in the wrong here. So he just like starts stopping traffic. He's like, "Where are you trying to go?" And I'm like, "Back that way," because I clearly aren't getting, I'm not going anywhere this way. And he stopped traffic so we could get turned around. I don't know. I guess he realized he was not in the right there. But when I started to make my U-turn, he's standing in the road trying to stop the cars from coming so I can make a U-turn. And I hit a patch of ice and I started sliding and I nearly took him out with my car. Like, I'm serious. I nearly ran him over with my car. I had to be within a foot of running this guy over with my car. I felt kind of bad, but couldn't have been a nicer gentleman, I guess. I don't know. I'm dead serious. I nearly ran him over. I nearly picked him off. Because I was turned all the way to the left and I hit that little patch of ice and I just kept going straight. I'm like, well, can't do nothing about it. But yeah, that was a hell of a storm. Holy smokes. It takes a lot for that part of New York to get overwhelmed with snow. Like, they are very, very good at snow removal. They have to be. But they were overwhelmed. I mean, they just gave up like halfway through. I don't know how the hell we kept getting around out there. But man, there was some deep snow, like feet of snow. And it was freezing cold too. It was like 10 degrees out. It was just terrible. Oh yeah. Yes, that was the snowstorm. That was the first time I ever got attacked by somebody on YouTube because I was traveling during a travel ban. And I'm just like, okay. Yep, that was a big deal. I'll never forget that. I was getting so pissed off, I about turned the chat off. I was just like, oh my god. The governor of New York has issued a travel ban. I'm calling the state troopers. Okay, go ahead and call them, because when it's 10 degrees out and 100-mile-an-hour winds and freaking 16 feet of snow coming down in 12 hours, they're really worried about tracking me down, okay. Yeah, that was just an incredible period of snow. That was right around Thanksgiving, too. It was either right before or right after. But yeah, that was probably one of my best lake effect snowstorms out there ever. Everything since then has been kind of wimpy. I mean, not really. Like, we did have some good ones last year. There was that one that was right around the 1st of December. That one was pretty good. But like, when you compare them to that one in 2022, it's really hard to like get excited about them. But last year wasn't bad. See, I'm not a fan of New York. I think I'm committing 16 felonies just by entering the state. Like, you can't have that pocket knife. You can't have that. You can't have that. Just... oh my god. You can't have your shoes tied backwards. Like, I'm not to me, New York is not friendly. Like, you folks that live there, it has nothing to do with you. It's just, I feel like somebody's out to get me every time. New York and California, I feel the same way. Like, I had somebody make a snarky comment because of a pocket knife I had and how that was a felony in New York because of the kind of knife. I'm just like, it's a knife. Like, I cut boxes with it. And it's just like, I don't like being in areas where I feel like everything I do is illegal just by simply existing. So, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of going to New York. There's nothing wrong with you folks that live out there. It's just, I don't know. Everything's expensive, too. And people are always yelling at you. Like they're always, like they're always yelling at you at the gas station, yelling at you in the middle of the road. It's like everybody's just got like road rage that never stops. It's like, holy crap. We get when we get the snowstorm or the lake effect in like Erie, Pennsylvania. That's kind of my favorite, but we haven't had a big one there for a while, I don't think. I mean, last year got in on it, but we haven't had like a big one. At least not in my memory. So. I will never go back to New York City ever again. It has absolutely nothing wrong with the city. It's just I can't drive there. That time that we seriously accidentally drove to Times Square. I had something in my GPS like that, but for some reason I hit the wrong thing and it was taking me to New York City, and it takes you to the city center, which is Times Square. So I had no idea that Google Maps was taking us to Times Square. And then we just show up and it's like Times Square, and I'm just like, oh Jesus Christ. And like I about had a freaking panic attack. Like I nearly put the vehicle in park, got out, and just walked away. Like I was seriously getting pissed. Like I was getting mad because these people drive like freaking lunatics. Holy shit. And it's absolutely 100% people error. It's not the fact that there's a lot of people in one spot, but it's people error. Like you've got a green light and there's cars going through, and you got somebody on a bicycle that crosses in front of you and then stops right in the middle of you, flips you off, and then that's your fault. Like I don't know if you guys remember, but I was driving past some parked cars. I was not in the bike lane, and there was a bicycle. There was a car that was parked in the bike lane. There's a bicyclist that literally rear-ended the car and like flipped up on top of the car. I'm just like, you've got to be kidding me out here, like for Christ's sakes. Like I just can't. I'm not made for that. I can't do that. Yeah, and then the people honking the goddamn horns. Like I had a red light. To turn right. The sign said no right on red, and it made sense because it was like a busy intersection for crosswalks. So obviously, there was no right turn on red, probably because they had the crosswalks synced or something. And there was a bunch of people in the crosswalk, and the people behind me are just laying on the horn. And like everybody's beeping their horn, and I'm just like, I can't turn. There's people in the freaking crosswalk. Like, I'm literally going to run them over with my car if I turn. Like, what do you want me to do? It's like, holy smokes. I just can't do it. I can't do that city. But anyway. Now I can't go to the UK. I'm pretty sure that I'm going to be arrested. Remember how they threatened to arrest Elon because he made fun of them? I've made fun of you. No offense. You're wonderful. However, there are some people over there that aren't so wonderful that I've made fun of. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm on the list of no entry. So anyway, we're actually almost to the snow. We're getting some light flurries out here now. Actually, some of this very, 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 very light snow is sticking to the road. So that's interesting. Thanks, Scott. It's raining in South Dakota. Gross. So, there's a McDonald's in Derby, UK, that I call regularly, and there's a reason for it. So, I have space, so like for our website and our API and everything, there is a data center in Europe, in London specifically, UK, but that we basically have a node on, or an instance on, to help spread load out geographically. And I couldn't, sometimes, so like I have a really, really hard time converting UTC to Central Time for some reason, and UK is pretty much all UTC. So what I've done like 5 times in the past, like 5 months, I just picked a random McDonald's over there, and I've called it and I've asked them what the time is. Because I there's like a time sync that I do when I'm remoting into the server. And instead of just Googling it, it's been easier to just call this random McDonald's. I called the random McDonald's the first time for an unrelated reason. It was to test to see if my international calling worked for Daniel purposes, but I just randomly will call that McDonald's, and they have no idea because I just ask them what time it is, and sometimes they tell me, and then I just hang up. I'll call him right now. Didn't work. What the frick, man? It's not going through. That's weird. Huh, okay, never mind. Oh, you know what? I don't think this phone has international on it. I think it's the other one. Yeah, I needed a place to call. I needed a place to call that would answer the phone that could tell me the time. So I just called McDonald's.
Insufficient funds remaining to place this call.
Yep, I don't have international on that line. It's alright, it's just the other one, I guess. Oh well. No time sync now, sorry.
You don't have enough credit to make this call. Go to voice settings now.
I guess that one don't have it either, son of a gun. How am I going to ask these people if they have McRib? Alright, we're almost to the snow. Go, dude. You know how to use a roundabout? Christ. Probably not, honestly. Yeah, this is our major winter storm, all right. For Christ's sakes. So we've got the telecom people coming out. So we've got a fiber connection because we're going to be hosting a data center. So I've got fiber. The fiber is already in the building. I literally just need the frickin' like box or node, whatever the hell. I mean, I have the router, I have the switch, I have all that. I just need their freaking box. So you would think I could just like stop by a location and just get the box, right? Nope. You gotta have a technician come out. Oh, a technician. Certified to plug in the frickin' fiber into the back of the box. But so there's two internet providers for redundancy. The other internet provider is going to get us going first thing Saturday morning. The main fiber provider is going to get everything hooked up. Now they're telling me December 16th. They didn't even ask me if that appointment worked. They just emailed me. They're like, we've scheduled a technician visit for December 16th at 1 p.m. And it's like, well, you could have asked if I'm around. Oh my God, I swear to God. I hate dealing with these phone companies. And it's never the technicians that are the problem. Like the people that actually show up at your home or business to do the service, like they're just as fed up as we are. I just can't stand this. It's like this company has already, like, this building is all new construction. This company has already been there and installed fiber drops, you know, not just an empty conduit, like the actual line into each building. It's already there. You just need to plug it in. Like, why the hell can't you just give me the damn box or just ship me the box? Like, you could overnight ship me the box. I would have it tomorrow. Because this guy's going to show up. He'll be like, yeah, hi, my name's Mike. I'm from TDS. And I'll be like, yeah, hi. The cord is over there. And then he's going to go plug it in. He's going to be like, you need any help setting up the Wi-Fi? And I'll be like, hell no. And he'll be like, all right, have a nice day. And he'll be gone in about 15 minutes. It's like, awesome. It's kind of a convoluted process. Because when I was talking to him on the phone yesterday, I was like, all right, what speeds can I get? They're like, we go all the way up to 8 gig. And I'm just like, well, how much is the 8 gig? And they're like, well, it's on promotion for 2 years or whatever. For it was like $249, and I'm just like, well, that's freaking cheap for 8 gig. But they can't give 8 gig right away because that requires a master technician or something to come out. It has nothing to do with the service. It's strictly a different box, and apparently they make a different technician come out. And I'm like, well, what's the fastest gig we can get where I don't have to be on a freaking wait list for the freaking priest of internet to come out and bless my Wi-Fi? 2 gigs. And I'm like, great, set up 2 gigs, and then how do I get it faster? Like, call us. So here's this is what the messed up thing. They'll send somebody out and hook us up for 2 gig up, 2 gig down, symmetrical fiber. Once they've left, all I have to do is call them and say, hey, can I get 8 gig? And they give us 8 gig. But if I want them to come out and install 8 gig, they have to send like the priest of the internet out and bless the router, and it's like a 3-week wait. Like, what the hell? Because the other company that's in town, Spectrum, I called them and they pissed me off. So I'm like, hey, what's the fastest we can get? Because we're running a data center, I need static IPs, etc. And she's like, well, we have 1 gig, and we should have faster by February, but we can do 1 gig now. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. I can make it work as long as you can promise me you'll have faster by February. Or not necessarily faster, but it's about the bandwidth, not the speed. But we go through the process, and she sends me the paperwork. And on the paperwork, it says typical download speed, 1,111 megabits. And I'm like, okay. And then it says typical upload speed, 57 megabits. And I'm just like, what? I'm like, what? I'm like, is this right? I'm like, is it 57 or 557? And she goes, oh, no, it's 57. Because we guarantee upload at 50. And I'm just like, so you're telling me you're selling me 1 gigabit down and 50 up? I'm like, what do I need to do to get faster? Because upload, like, for us running a data center, it's actually more important to have the upload, because we're pushing that data to you. When you go to track our balloons and watch our streams, we are pushing that to you. We need upload. And this chick was like, well, 50 is very fast. And I'm just like, no, it's not. It's really not. And went round and around and around with them. Well, I got off with them, and I called the other provider, TDS, and I was like, so are you sure? Because the other provider is telling me 50. And he's like, yeah, it's because they're still on copper. And I'm like, they're seriously still on like a cable line or something? And he's like, yeah, they're still on like old school out there. He's like, it's not fiber. He's like, I don't know why they told you it was fiber. And I believe him, because this guy knew his shit. Because I was like, well, I need some static IPs. And he's like, well, what are you doing? And I'm like, a data center. And he's like, no, but like, what are you doing? And I was like, well, we're hosting an API that we might have anywhere between 5 users and 15,000 users. And he's like, okay, well, what kind of data is on your API? And I was telling him, roughly what we thought for transfer, data transfer and all that. And he's like, all right, well, he's like, I'd stick with at least 2 gigabit or gigs. He's like, stick with 2 gigs. He's like, but monitor your traffic, blah, blah, blah. He's like, what are you running for a traffic monitor on the server? And I'm like, well, I actually don't physically have the server yet. And he's like, well, you need to do this, this, and that, and why don't you monitor traffic? And he's like, you have to do, he's like, is call us in. It's like, we can actually make the switch without causing an outage. So it's like, if you're monitoring that and you get a bunch of users on there, and it's like you're getting lots of 521 or 404 whatever errors because it's not serving and it's bottlenecking, is like, all you have to do is call us. We'll answer 24/7. We'll up it and you won't have any problems. I'm like, okay. Like, that's the customer service I was looking for, not this other lady. And then she's like, we can give you landline. You need landline if you're running a business. And I'm just like, no, I really don't. Like, I don't use a landline. Oh, we have VoIP. And I'm just like, I don't use that. I have an iPhone. And then you know what she said? You guys know my runaround I've had with Spectrum. She goes, well, we have mobile. And I'm just like, no, good God, never again. Never again, ever. And she's like, oh, okay. It's super awkward. I'm just like, I'm like, it's not your fault, but I have had the worst experience with Spectrum Mobile. They disconnected my service because autopay didn't go through. Because, like, I don't know, the email went to spam or something, but it wasn't auto drafting my debit card. And they never sent me a notice. They never called me, nothing. They never said, hey, you didn't pay your bill. They just cut it off. And I was in the middle of a chase or getting ready for a hurricane 2 years ago, and they cut me off. So I called them, and they're like, "What's the address on the account?" And I was like, "I don't remember." I was like, "I've changed it. I set this up like 2 apartments ago. I don't know what the address is." And they're like, "Well, we can't help you." And I'm like, "You're telling me that you can't verify it with like my driver's license or anything?" And she's like, "No." I'm just like, "So you're telling me that I now have no service and I am screwed?" And she's like, "Well, if there's anything we can do to help." And I'm just like, "Yeah, turn my phone back on." All I was trying to do was pay my bill. That's all I was trying to do. I wasn't trying to change your ad. I just wanted to pay my bill. I owed him $112 and something cents. I'm like, I just want to pay my bill. And you're telling me that because I don't know what address I used to sign up for this, even though I know I've changed it, you're telling me I can't pay my bill. Like, that is the biggest crock of crap I've ever heard. So it ended up escalating and going to a manager, and eventually, after like 3 hours of arguing, they activated it, or they took my payment. But man, that was just a pain in the ass. So I told the story to this internet lady. I was the sales lady. I was like, I never again, never ever again. Like, that was the worst customer service ever. Like, I'm literally calling to pay my bill. Like, I shouldn't have to go through all these measures anyway. You know, and what was funny was they were like, well, we can send a confirmation code to your phone. And I was like, okay. That was the alternative method, and it never came through. And I'm like, is it possible that it's not coming through because it's turned off? And she's like, yes, it will not come through if you don't have service. I'm like, well, then how the hell does that help me? Like, god damn. Oh my god, it was terrible. Seriously? But yeah, so we're gonna host our data center in our base of operations. So that's going to reduce my monthly costs by probably $1,200 a month, possibly more as we grow. So that means that, like, this stream and everything, all this crap can get pulled out of the cloud. I've got a couple of Mac Minis that we'll use as like the data host, like the servers, because they work really well for GPU stuff. But we're going to be able to physically run our video servers, and I can pull my crap off of AWS and save all sorts of money. So that's going to be fantastic. All right, now we're getting into some snow. So I'm sure people have put 2 and 2 together on what's happening, but we'll make an official statement about it. We'll make an official statement about it this weekend. I want to get some photos to attach first, but yeah. So I guess I'll just go ahead and let you guys know right now. So the big news is we've actually sold the company to another YouTuber, and I know what you're probably thinking, but listen, it's not that bad. We've sold it, and I received an $800,000 payment for the channel, and we're just going to be starting a new channel, and this channel will be owned by somebody else in Nigeria. It was bought by some prince. I'm just kidding. We didn't sell the channel. Somebody probably believed me for a minute. Somebody's probably going to call me racist now too. But is a reference to the Nigerian prince scammers, but no, we did not sell the channel. But I think everybody's put 2 and 2 together with what's happening here, but I want everyone to know that this is not a commercialization of what we do. We have needed a base of operations for the past year. And thanks to some fantastic partners of ours, we have secured one. And the amount of... Damn it, I just freaking told you. God fucking damn it. I was trying to be more vague than that, but anyway, well, whatever. But anyway, the amount of content that's going to come from this is going to be fantastic, but it's not really about the content. It's about being able to get our shit done. So I'll leave it at that, but I guess base of operations is pretty vague. I mean, that could be somebody's basement. So, but this weekend we'll have some information, add some live streams. I've got a bunch of stuff coming for this place, and hold on a minute, what the hell did I just get sent? So that's why I'm going to be a little bit not chasing. Let's put it that way. I'm not going to be out chasing anything for at least a few days because I need to get some stuff squared away, and I need to know why UPS hasn't delivered my package yet. Now I'm starting to get nervous because this is very critical. I hate when shit gets down to the wire like this. Come on, UPS, come through for me, man. UPS has been the more reliable one for us. FedEx is the one that keeps screwing me. Hold on a minute. What was it? Shit, you know, I still have an outstanding package from FedEx, which really pisses me off. It was supposed to be delivered on December 4th, and it's still outstanding. And I have a case open and everything, and it's just irritating. And they're like, well, you can file with the seller for a refund. I'm like, well, the vendor, that business shouldn't have to cover your F-up. Like, you've lost the package. That's all there is to it. Yeah, it's just been stuck in New Jersey since December 2nd. So. Super annoying. No, the tires were a separate incident, but same shipper or shipping company. Yeah, FedEx, I'm serious, like, a lot of people have been having problems. Like, everybody has problems with all the companies. DHL, FedEx, UPS, the mailman, it doesn't matter. Like, they all have problems. But FedEx has been the only one that I've consistently had an issue with. Like, our mailman sucks. Or mail lady, whatever, she's not. I think she's upset because we get a lot of packages all the time, and like, I've been outside and she hasn't known that I've been outside, and she's always like huffing and puffing when she's got to get like all of the packages out. And I don't mean like out of breath, I mean she's like pissy and like annoyed. It's like, well, sorry. It's kind of awkward. It makes me feel like shit, but whatever. And she's always like throwing them at the damn porch, and it's just like, okay, I'm sorry that you hate me, like, Christ. But our old mailman was great. I miss him because he would always make sure that stuff was kind of like set behind something so it wouldn't blow away. And like, he would, if we had a package, instead of trying to shove it in the mailbox and destroying the package, he would actually bring it to the porch. And he would bring the mail too. Like, if he knew we were home, he would bring the mail like to the door. Like, it was just, he didn't have to do it. It was just kind of nice that he cared about his job that much. He retired, and it really sucks because he actually cared about his job. So, not that I expect them to hand deliver my mail, but it was just one of those things where it's like we went from one polar opposite to the other. But our FedEx, we don't even have a FedEx driver. It's just any random FedEx person. But we usually have the same UPS driver most of the time. And he's really nice. But I know once the damn thing is on the truck, if it's on his truck, I know it's going to show up. Because hell, he's even showed up late to get shit there, so. Amazon's another story. The Amazon network just they keep marking a lot of my stuff as like not deliverable, and it's like, it's definitely deliverable if there's a clearly marked driveway. And then this is what irritates me. So you know how Amazon has these like independent contractors that drive their own cars? They're just turning around in my yard. They're literally driving in our, like, I don't mean like just making a quick U-turn and like barely getting their tires in the grass. I'm not talking about that. Like, they're literally driving into the middle of the yard and turning around. Like, we have grass between two different driveways, and it's a big, like, it's a moat, like it's a well-kept yard. It's a lawn, and they just drive right into the middle of it and like make a 25-point turn and tear up the yard. I'm getting pissed. Like, they haven't done it since it snowed, but then I've caught them a few times, and the next time I catch one of them, I am literally running them down. I am absolutely chasing them down and asking them why they keep doing that. Like, it is the rudest, shittiest thing. Our driveway is a U. Like, you can just keep driving and turn around. I don't know why they're driving through our yard. Like, I'm pretty sure that's probably in, like, the delivery policies of Amazon. Like, don't leave their driveway. I guarantee you it's a policy. I guarantee it. And I've, made complaints to Amazon, but nothing ever happens because, I mean, realistically, it's a very small problem to them. But it's just so annoying that people are so damn rude. And what's going to really piss me off one of these days is they run over a fucking cat or a kid's toy or something. I'm going to be fucking pissed. Let's put it that way. I'm getting really irritated. Like, I'm about ready to go get some string or some rope, like 300 feet of rope, and like put some damn fence posts down the middle of it and like run the rope down the middle so that, like, it's very obvious, or even put up a sign. Like, I actually might do that, like get some of those like real estate signs that poke into the ground and be like, not a turnaround, use the driveway, with an Amazon logo on it. Well, I would love to dump a box of nails in the grass, but the problem is on rare occasion I have to drive through there too. Like, on rare occasion, I will drive through it. Yeah, like, I don't want to screw myself. Or I don't want to screw over the lawnmower either, I would love to, though. I would absolutely love to just spill a box of nails on accident, but that would cause problems for the lawnmower. It's a great thought, though. I mean, I'm not going to lie, I've been almost to that point, but it's just so annoying. Like, I don't know. I'd say these don't sound like real world problems, but they are. Like, when you're anybody who gets a lot of packages for work or runs a business where you're shipping and receiving a lot knows what I'm talking about. Like, it can, like, getting packages delivered and sent out can sometimes be like the most stressful thing ever, because all it takes is one delivery or one pickup to get missed, and it just throws everything out of whack. It's like, for example, I've got a lot of shipments of stuff going to our new location, and I just know that there's going to be a problem, so I have to make sure that I'm there 24/7 until that crap gets delivered, because otherwise it's going to be marked as, oh, nobody was here. Like, I've done this before. Just go get somebody with a bunch of cat shit and start throwing it at these Amazon drivers, I swear to God. And it's not all of them. If you're an Amazon driver, it's nothing against you. It's just a few of them that seem to show up at my house. And it's not one, it's like multiple of them. And I have no idea why, because mailman doesn't turn around in the yard. UPS doesn't turn around in the yard. We're in Iowa City, by the way. We'll just mosey around. Oh, I got screwed. Gas is 50 cents cheaper down here. I'll be damned. So I don't know how bad it's going to get. I mean, the snow is actually coming down decently. I don't really expect it to be too much. I don't want anybody to think that I'm out here for the long haul. I'm not going to be out here till 1 o'clock in the morning. These winter weather advisories go until, oh cripes, I think it was like 3 a.m. That ain't me. I want to be home by like 9. So I'm probably going to leave I'm not going to lie, I'm probably out of here in an hour. Like, my motivation is really low on this. But I figure this is probably the time to be down here because this is like rush hour. Well, I mean, whatever kind of a rush hour Iowa City has, but you get what I'm saying. So I guess it makes sense, you know, if we're gonna be out here for something, this is the time to be out here. But anyway, I guess I'll do this usual sales pitch here. Folks that are new, obviously subscribe. It's free. And hit the like button. That's also free. Most of our updates are done on Facebook. There's links in the top of the chat to our GoFundMe and also like the Facebook page and the Discord server. But the one thing that I would probably mention here, and need to mention maybe a little bit more, it's for a good cause. Our GoFundMe, that's what's on the bottom of the screen there. That's for our, basically, that kind of, I call it the, help us not empty our personal finances to advance Project Weather Eye Fund. Let's put it that way. Because we took on the weather balloon project and so much extra stuff this season, or this year, there's going to be like a $25,000 discrepancy in the budget, and that's why we picked 25 grand as a goal. And honestly, because some things are increasing in cost, it's possible we may have to raise that a little bit last minute, but we're trying to get to that 25 grand as soon as possible. We've been running this fundraiser for 2 months, well, almost 2 months, and we are already at about a third. We're about a third of the way there, so that's pretty good. I'm pretty impressed with that, and I appreciate everybody who's helped out so far. But I do need to start making some cyclic orders here with our SANs, and that means that we're going to be basically blowing all of it plus in about 5 days here. So it's very expensive to do what we're doing. What we are doing is the weather balloon launches, the probes, the video, all of that. It's expensive to build it all, and it's also expensive to do it. You know, a typical weather balloon launch roughly will cost about $500. I would say maybe like a smaller scale weather balloon launch might cost closer to $3, because we have different configurations we can launch in. And a lot of that's because of the cost of the gas, the helium, you know, because each balloon is costing about $70 worth of helium. The good thing is when we're at home base, if we're doing test launches, we're going to be launching with hydrogen, which is way cheaper. We're talking like $28 per launch. It's a savings of about $50. But this is publicly accessible weather data. And you folks are helping us fund it. You know, we're not funded by an institution. We're not funded by the government. This is data that's very important, and it's crowdfunded. And I think if things go according to plan, I think once we start operating in 2026 and people start seeing us do this a lot, I think it's going to help get that fundraiser going up, and I think it's going to help increase the overall like voluntary revenue that people do. Basically, you know, people dumping money, throwing money at us. I want to make it very clear that it's not. This is not a super chat. This is not a donation to me. This is not a donation to my personal finances. A lot of YouTubers, which is fine, dude. I can't. God damn it! Just run the guy over. Okay, maybe don't. That's kind of rude, but he's waiting for that guy in the crosswalk. But a lot of folks are doing things so that it's kind of like their own channel is them, and it's them and only them. So your donation, everything goes to them, and that's fantastic. So they might not have goals of 25 grand. They might have goals of $1,000 or something. I don't want anybody to think that I'm saying I need $25,000 to go piss down my leg. Well, I do, but I don't. This is for our project that I'm putting together, and we have put together, and we really want to make a difference with what we're doing, and we just want to do it because it's cool, and this kind of stuff is awesome. And I promise it's going to be a well worthwhile season once we get to severe season out on the plains. So this is a business that does not really sell a product. So we have to have income from, like, voluntary income streams are very important to us, which is you folks. And I have had some people that trash us on social media because they're like, get a job. And it's like, well, we have a job. Here's the deal. If we don't do it, it's less data. Like, we have to do this. Like, we need more people doing this. Like, we really do need more data, especially upper air data. Get a job. Well, this is our job, and it works just fine. So that's kind of the, you know, basically because we don't sell a product or a service, a lot of people kind of think we're a joke. But we're kind of, it's not philanthropy. I don't want anybody to think that. But what we're doing is kind of like, we're trying to be like the stewards of science and storm chasing entertainment and stuff. Like, we're trying to cater toward people that just want to watch this stuff happen and watch tornadoes and stuff, and also cater to the people that need data to make decisions. And really, it's not profitable for a business to come in and do that. So we're taking one for the team by being the folks that basically beg for cash donations, and we do it. And I'll admit that, you know, we're essentially I mean, we need your money now. I'll be flat out honest with you guys. We need your money now more than we ever do, because I have to start ponying up money to start making sound order. You know, I need to start getting stuff ordered because there's a lead time on everything. Like, I need to actually start dumping serious money. Like, we need it now more than ever. Like, if we could somehow magically get that to 25,000 today, it would solve so many problems. I'm obviously that's not going to happen. I don't expect that, but we frankly, we need it now more than ever. And it's tough for me to say that because there's such a negative, like, there's a negative vibe around the word donation. And I think it's because, at least in the storm chasing community, if you go on like Twitch or Kick or any of these other live streaming platforms, like, people donate to streamers all the time. Like, it's kind of just a thing. Like, it's not a positive or a negative. It's just like a way of life. But what happened within the past like 2 years or so, I think kind of in the weather world where everybody is like, I'm starting a GoFundMe for my Chasecation. I need 10 grand and all, like stuff like that. I think it's kind of tainted the word donation where people just associate it with, oh, it's just somebody that doesn't want to get a real job. Well, it's not true. We have a group of meteorologists, scientists, engineers, degree, and I want to make this clear, we do have folks that are degreed meteorologists, degreed scientists, degreed engineers, and we have our non-degreed or non-formal trained folks, and it's not a competition. It's just I'm trying to add some credibility here, folks. Like, this isn't tiddlewinks, it's not Fisher Price shit. So, yes, I am absolutely begging for your money, but I am not begging for it for me. And I guess I shouldn't say begging for it. I'm just kind of putting it out there, folks, that if this is something you want to get behind, GoFundMe is a very safe platform, and you can get behind it with GoFundMe. And it's a link there in the chat. So that's all. That's my advertisement. I'm trying to do like a 5-minute advertisement for it there every stream. And we appreciate everybody who has. Like, it's making a huge difference, even if it's $1. Because think about it, there's 150,000 people that subscribe to this channel. What if everybody was like, hey, I got an extra $1? It's $150,000. That would fund our year. Well, that would almost fund the entire year. Now, I'm not expecting that, and I'm not trying to pity any of you into that, because I get it. Like, times are tough, and if you start giving $5 here, $5 there, all of a sudden you've given away $100, and I get that, because I'm the same way. I see that at the end of every month. It's like, oh wow, yeah, those $3 freaking bags of chips or whatever weren't much, but now I've got $100 worth of chips. What the hell? So this is not a guilt trip, okay? This is just, some people really do like to get behind this stuff, and plus, we'll write your name on a sonde and send it to 100,000 feet, because that's cool. So anyway, that's my sales pitch. So moving on. We have a big announcement coming tomorrow. Everybody already knows what it is, but it's our formal announcement of what our plans are and our mission for 2026. During the months of April, May, and June, we're going to be running a focused mission under a specific brand with a specific goal. It's still Project Weather Eye, but it's a specific mission with a specific goal for a convective severe season. And we're releasing our plan and new logo for it, t-shirts, patch, all that stuff tomorrow. At I think 4 p.m. Central is what I have scheduled, because all the posts are already uploaded. It's just they're set to auto post or whatever. So that'll be cool. We're gonna go around to the south side of Iowa City here. Ah, shit, I should have turned there. God freaking Christ. Well, that's alright. We'll just go down to, we'll go down to the next spot, then we'll get on 218. We'll get into the heavy snow. Or, well, heavier snow. I don't know. I don't know if it's heavy or not. It's brighter reflectivity on radar, but that doesn't always mean it's heavier snow, because sometimes snow just reflects brighter on the radar. So I don't know. Heavier than what we have now, I guess. I don't know if it's really that big of a deal. I'm really trying to not overhype this, but I'm also not trying to sound like it's a total turd, but it's definitely a turd. It's very much a turd. There's quite a bit of snow, though. If you look at radar, the national composite, there's actually quite a bit of it. It really filled in. It didn't look like that when I left home 2 hours ago. Goes back there from like Sioux Falls, South. Oh no! Oh shit! It's almost all the way up there to Bison, South Dakota. So this extends all the way up there to northwest South Dakota, and it's like a non-stop band of snow all the way down to Kentucky or Evansville, Indiana. That's actually kind of cool. It's a non-stop belt of snow. But I don't think any of it is that particularly heavy. I mean, I think this might be about as heavy as it gets, which, I mean, I'm sure after a couple of hours this will add up, but I don't know. This stuff's really dry. It's kind of just blowing off of the road by the looks of it. I mean, maybe they're plowing, but I mean, like, it just looks like it's kind of blowing off, so. I was really hoping I wouldn't have to go too far south because honestly, before too long, you end up down there in Burlington and then you're quite a ways from home. Like, I hate to be a freaking sissy about this, but I just don't, I'll be honest, I don't want to be out today. Like, normally, I'm looking for any excuse to be out here just because I want to be out here doing something. But I just don't want to deal with this right now. Like, I'm just not in the mood today. So I'm absolutely complaining about this. Like, I shouldn't complain. Like, I'm very fortunate to be able to get in the truck and just drive out here and screw around. But I have a very large sense of I would rather be at home right now, sitting in front of the heat, space heater. I gotta get a humidifier. Our house is dry. Jesus Christ, this is how pissed off I am. I'm pissed again. You're gonna hear about it. I bought a humidifier from Walmart and it was doing great. I bought it a week ago. It died already. It freaking died. So I gotta take it back, but I threw the box away. So I gotta go buy the same one, bring it home, put the old one in the box, and then take it back. So, but I gotta dry it out because it's all wet. So it's gonna have to sit. Because I need a damn humidifier. Our house is, we have 24% humidity in the house right now. That's like nothing. But that damn, I just bought a little tiny humidifier, and as long as you keep it full, like a little 2-gallon humidifier, and as long as you keep it running all the time, like I think I had the humidity up to like 42%, which is about what I want to do in the 50, I think. But I had it up at like 42%. It was holding. I'm like, well, this is fine. And then it just died. I'm like, well, this is crap. Like, it took 2 or 3 days to get the humidity up, but once it was up, it held it. So, I mean, I could have bought a bigger one, but I really didn't want to spend the money on a bigger one. So, it's a little underpowered, but once it's been left running, it's fine. But I couldn't believe that. I was so pissed off. I was like, man, I haven't filled that humidifier with water. Why is it still full? And I'm like, huh, because it's broken. What a shithole. $30 humidifier. Well, this guy don't even have his plow down. I mean, I guess no sense in it, but. Yeah, this was a good little humidifier. It was putting like a gallon of water in the air every like 5 or 6 hours. I mean, it was pushing it. I wonder if this car is... No, it's been there a while. Oh yeah, it's frosted over. Oh, it's tagged. Never mind, they're fine. I'm actually surprised the plows are out. Minimum maintenance road. Oh my god, we should take that. Oh, it don't even look that bad. I was gonna say we should totally take it, but it don't even look that bad. What a rip off. Oh, this guy's plowing. I don't know. I was just surprised that they're even out. I mean, this isn't even anything yet. Had enough big government? Something autism? What? What the hell? It said something about have enough big government, and then it said something about autism. Like, what? Oh boy. Politics in 2025.
In half a mile, turn right onto 520th Street Southeast.
Oh, we're stuck behind this guy again.
Turn right onto 520th Street Southeast.
Little freaking Ford EcoSport, asking a lot of it driving through this snow. Or is that? That might be an escape. Dude! Oh, it's a stop sign. Oh shit, I was like, dude, turn. I didn't see the stop sign. Okay, alright. Never mind, he gets a pass. No, that's an escape. Alright, it's not an EcoSport. Oh, we gotta get on our brakes, guys. This 25 miles an hour is a little too dangerous. I shouldn't make fun of him. I mean, maybe he's never driven in the snow before. I'm just saying it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of funny. "21 miles an hour. That's all right. But I wouldn't really expect too much out of this tonight in eastern Iowa. Still looks like between 2 and 6 inches, which is pretty vague. But you have to kind of look at it as really not sure where these heavy pockets of snow are going to end up. Some areas might see as little as 2, but could go up as high as 7. But I think a solid 3 to 5 is a reasonable estimate. But things are just going to go downhill. But they should be pretty well cleared up by the morning commute. Winter weather advisories cancel out at 3 a.m. So the worst of this should be done by midnight or 3 a.m. Oh man, this guy just really started peeling out. Look at him go now. Oh my god, shut up. Speed sign up here, I bet. That actually might be a cop. Nope, it's a speed sign. Oh, it says thank you if you're not speeding. Let's speed and see what it says. Well, I can't even get going. God dang it, I can't even get going fast enough. Damn, I floored it and it just slid. You guys ever seen those speed signs that they give you a frowny face if you're speeding? I wonder if that one does that since it says thank you. God, there was one in I think it was Minnesota or something. This was several years ago, but if you were speeding, it would give you a frowny face, and it actually kind of made you feel bad about it a little bit.
Turn right onto First Street. Then
Like it honestly made me feel a little bad. All right, is this 218? No, it's the frontage road. Yeah, let's go south on 218 for just a little while, because this is kind of the heaviest snow, I think. Yeah, I think having like a middle finger emoji if you're speeding would be reasonable. That'd be kind of fun. All right, Super Trucker. This road's in good shape. They probably just dumped a bunch of salt on it by the looks of it. It almost looks like it could be a little bit wet. So they probably treated the hell out of it. I think this is probably the kind of how this is going to go. Like, I think this is the kind of snow rate that we're going to have for a while.
December 12th.
Oh, somebody's in the ditch up here. I think it's a truck too. Continue a little ways south. Yeah, it's a truck. Oh no, it's a car. I don't know. It's on the other side. Another one up here. No, I think this is just a guy stopped. I think he's just parked on the shoulder. From what it looks like. He's definitely not in the ditch or stuck. He's just parked there, I guess. We'll go until we get to like the next exit, because otherwise we're gonna run outside of the heavy snow here, or the heaviest snow. So we're just south of Iowa City. I know it's hard to tell on camera. It's definitely snowing still. It's not... This kind of dry snow doesn't really get picked up by the camera very well unless it gets caught in the headlights just right. Oh, I probably should have spun around there. Oh well. So I really don't want to go too far south, folks, because we're almost down to Highway 92 already, and then you get really caught up in a spot where it's really inconvenient to get going back home, at least for me, because we're not really by a major highway then. Seems like all of our snow has been happening at, or well, getting close to night recently. This last one, the one before it, didn't get heavy until after dark. Might be what happens with this one too. But I think it's gonna stay pretty steady coming down like this for a while. Probably last for a couple more hours. I'm gonna turn around here. Because we're getting too far south. I wonder if there's anybody in that car. Can get them out real easy. There's probably not. Oh no, that is. Oh, never mind. It's got a sticker on it. It's been there a while. I might have been there a couple of days. I don't know. Pretty good turnout tonight again. So thanks for showing up, everybody. I don't know, I say it all the time with like marginal risks. You know, we get these marginal risks out in Texas in the middle of April or June, and even though it doesn't look like much, it always ends up being something because the bar is set very low out there. You know, it doesn't take much to get a pretty storm. In fact, most storms are really pretty out there. So like, it's one of those things where it's like, well, you might as well go out anyway. But that kind of applies to winter, but it's not as easily applied to winter. because snow and winter storms tend to underperform. It just always, it seems like we always over forecast a little bit. So far, this one's actually, at least the season, I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of afraid I was gonna come down here and nothing was gonna happen. I was a little bit afraid that we were gonna get down here and the snow wasn't really gonna be coming down, because when I left home, it wasn't, I mean, there was very, very, very light snow. It was like all broken up, like there's a bunch of dry air in it. I was like, oh yeah, watch, go all the way down there and nothing happens. Look like an idiot, but it looks like this one was worth it. I mean, I don't expect much to happen, and in fact, I might not even be down here that much longer. I just kind of wanted to come and get my toes wet a little bit because, like I said, we're not going to have a whole lot of weather to live stream for probably about the next week. It'll get busy again. It's just it's kind of in a slow pattern right now. So I'm kind of trying to take the low-hanging fruit, and it's close to home. You know, 1 tank of gas covers it, so you're not at a huge financial loss kind of thing. So I'll take what I can get at this point. But we're almost out of this slump here. Usually, like once we get to like the middle of January and beyond, it's usually pretty busy. Thanks, Joseph, for your donation. Yeah, you should get an email from GoFundMe within the next 48 hours, like confirming it, you know, saying, oh, thanks and all that. So we appreciate it. Everybody who's done a GoFundMe donation, don't worry, I'm not putting last names. I don't want to like weird anybody out, but you're gonna get your first name put on a sand. I'm doing 5 at a time. So when we do a launch, you'll get on there. And then once we complete everybody from GoFundMe, we're going to just start doing channel members for the hell of it. So thanks, everybody. Also, this is an honest request. The best way to contact is probably Facebook Messenger through my my business page. Don't go on my personal page. I have a lot of people that try to get a hold of me on my personal page, and they're like, I want to have lunch with you and meet you, and it's like, that's awesome, I really appreciate that, but I also don't go on my personal page, and I absolutely do not respond to people. I have no idea who they are on there. But if you message our actual Facebook page, you know, the one's got 90-something thousand followers, not friends, followers, the actual page, I'll probably get the message. Otherwise, just email us. That's a fine way to do it too, through any of our websites. All those contact forms we'll get to eventually. If there's anybody in southern Wisconsin, particularly around the Stoughton area, if you've got a like conference table or a large table that's sturdy, I don't want a flimsy piece of shit. Like a sturdy, like 6 foot by 3 foot or 8 foot by 3 foot, sturdy table, wood table, and you want to get rid of it and don't want a whole lot of money for it because I'm broke, aka you want to give it to us, please let me know. Also, I need a freaking workbench. Aiden is going to be building us a very nice workbench, but it would also be a lot easier if we could find somebody that's got like an 8 foot or a 6 foot by 4 foot workbench that's made out of wood, like hard lumber, not flimsy shit, in the area. If you can deliver it, because I can't. Yes, I have a truck, but there's too much stuff in it. That would be great. Again, for a cheap price, because I don't have any money, aka you just want to give it to us. We would gladly take it and write your name on a sand. But I really need it this weekend. So, but Aiden doesn't really know it yet. Well, I think he does, but being he's our carpenter on hand / construction worker. He has a degree in like construction management or something, which qualifies him to build a workbench. So we're gonna take Aiden to Home Depot on Saturday or Sunday, probably Sunday, and we're gonna get some pieces of wood, and he's gonna put us together a workbench. Wow, yay! Thanks, Aiden. Everybody, make sure you thank Aiden for being our on-hand carpenter. Actually, his primary goal is going to be the same as mine, which is put together all the flat pack furniture, because that's going to take 6.5 years. But No, seriously. He offered up his tools, and I'm like, well, you're a better carpenter than I am, so. Because anybody who's ever used like a garage bench or a workbench knows, like, if you can't buy them, like, you just cannot buy them. They're flimsy, they're cheap. Like, you have to build one out of like 4x4s and 2x4s and stuff. Plus, it's a hell of a lot cheaper too. Like, lumber is pretty cheap. Buying a $1,200 workbench is not. Because I found one, Menards, they actually sell a very nice metal workbench with like a very thick wood top. Yeah, it's like $1,800, so yeah, not happening. I actually thought about doing something out of sawhorses, but it's just gonna be, it's probably gonna be a whole lot easier to just build a 4-post bench, because I need like honestly what we need are 2 6-foot by 2-foot benches, and then just stick them together and bolt them together. That way, if they ever need to be moved, you can take them apart and have a manageable size bench, but you can put them together and just bolt them together and have a big platform. Like, you need something that, like, you can, for example, if you take, like, if I take the drive shaft out of my truck and replace a U-joint, I want to be able to set it on top of something and hit it with a hammer and not break the table. Not that that's what I plan to do, but I mean, at some point, that's probably what I'm going to do. So, the restaurant kitchen tables. So there was a like a surplus warehouse in Madison that was selling a bunch of like commercial like restaurant tables, like food prep tables, and I was like, well, damn, this is exactly what I'm looking for. They were on rolling wheels, which is going to be a pain in the ass. So I was just going to take the wheels off. And of course it says, you know, call us for our best price. And you guys know what that means. The price is so high, they don't put it on the listing because nobody will ever call them. So I call them. And I was like, yeah, hey, are these available? How much are they? Take a guess. 8 foot by 2.5 by 36 inches tall. Yep, $1,100 plus tax. And they'll even deliver it for an additional $100. I'm just like, wow, what a deal. I even said that. I said, holy smokes, man, that's a deal. And then I hung up the phone. I'm kind of an asshole. But I did. I said, oh, holy smokes, man, what a hell of a deal. And I just hung up the phone. Like, screw that. I thought it was going to be like, you know, $50, come take it. But nope. Stupid, I tell you. Probably need to call up the Amish. They'd probably make me a hell of a workbench for $20 and a case of beer. I don't think they drink. Well, they don't drink, but they drink. The Carpenter Amish folks. We have a lot of Amish people in our area, and this is a very true statement. They are like the best carpenters, and they're the fastest. Like, I could probably call them and be like, hey, I need a 7 foot by 2.5 foot workbench built, and by the time I'm off the phone, they would probably have it built. And it would probably cost $20. So I do want that bench from Menards, but I'm not going to spend that much money for it. That is ridiculous, and nobody should. Because the thing is, if you're going to spend that amount of money, you could literally build like 15 of those out of some freaking lumber. It's not worth. It's like, even if I won the lottery, I wouldn't go buy it. It's such a waste of money. Because realistically, a workbench is 4 posts and a very thick tabletop, and then some 2x4s to brace it. I mean, it's probably what, $50 worth of lumber plus the top. I mean, the top is going to be a little bit expensive because it would be a single slab of a harder wood, but honestly, you could just get a couple of sheets of 3/4 plywood and just stack them together, and that's fine. But it's just, I can't believe it, you know. And honestly, that damn workbench, it's probably not even that solid. Honestly, I just can't believe it. The price of pre-made benches and tables. Hell, I looked at conference tables. The conference tables were almost $3,000 for a conference table. I'm like, what the hell with that? You can just get like, so here's what my plan was. Four computer desks that are flat, 4-post computer desks, and then just screw them together. There's your conference table. So that's what I had them order was four 6-foot by 2-foot computer desks. So you stick them together so that it's like a square. So then you end up with a 12-foot by 4-foot conference table. Like, there you go. Life hack. Yeah, Aiden's gonna bring all of his tools in the back of the Buick Encore. Could probably turn the Buick Encore into a toolbox. I used to work with a guy who had a minivan, and he took his Snap-on rolling cart, like one of those little like rolling cart toolboxes, and set it in the back of his minivan, and like that was his toolbox. Like it was like a tool van, and it was a beater. It was a piece of junk, but it served its purpose. So that's what we need. The minivan. I don't know. Yeah, desks, furniture in general is really expensive. So I was pricing this stuff out and making a price sheet the other night. So I was looking at some like discount, basically like used office furniture warehouses that advertise cheap furniture. And just like basic computer desks, like solid computer desks, were like over $500. And even just like regular like just small tables, like odds and ends tables with like, you know, like very, very basic office chairs. I mean, like the tables were like $300. The office chairs were $70 a piece. $70 for a used office chair, you know, like a doctor's chair almost. Like it wasn't even like they weren't even like comfy. They were just basically extra chairs you would have on hand for like people that you don't like, kind of thing. And I couldn't believe it. I'm just like, you've got to be kidding me. Because I do know for a fact you can go buy a new office chair for like $150. That's nice. But just furniture in general, the price of it's crazy. Because I was looking at a new reclining chair for our living room because ours is just shot. I was looking for one of those on Facebook Marketplace. Even Facebook Marketplace, these people want $200-$300. I'm just like, God, the price of stuff is just nuts right now. I think it's because people are just flat out broke, so they're just inflating the cost of their used items, which, okay, whatever. Like, I get it, but I don't even think it was a $1,500 van. It was probably more like a $500 van, to be honest with you. He spray painted it pink as a joke. He literally spray painted it pink. Like with like 30 cans of spray paint. Like put some newspaper over the windshield and spray painted the whole van pink. Yeah, I would like look at some of those state surplus websites, but I don't have time to wait. You know what I mean? Like I can't, like I need to run a business today, not 5 years from now, because these every time I've used one of those government surplus websites, I've had a really good experience. But the amount of time it's taken to set up, like to go pick up or to wait for the auction to end, it's always like weeks, it seems like. See, I move really, really fast, and this is why a lot of people don't want to work with me, and I totally get it, but like I move way too fast. Like I don't want to talk about doing something 2 weeks from now. Like I want to do it. Like, okay, we're going to do this, so we're going to do it tomorrow. We're not going to do it next month. We're going to do it tomorrow. And a lot of people don't like that. And it makes it really hard to get shit done because I can't order something off of a catalog and wait 3 weeks for it, kind of thing. It's like, well, we got to go get it now, because otherwise I lose interest in it and it never gets done. But I bought a lot off of that, like Gov Deals and stuff too, in the past, and that actually is the place to get a good deal on like office stuff. the problem is just like when you need it now, it's like, what do you do? And you can't even really go buy the stuff anywhere either, because like these used office furniture warehouses, like they make it such a pain in the ass process, and it's just like it's a pain. It's just dumb, like how expensive this stuff is. Like a $2,500 conference table they had, $2,500. It was a nice one, and I'm like, God, that looks like a nice one. And I was kind of tired last night, and I thought it said $250, and I'm like, holy smokes, I can probably get that approved. And then I saw the other zero, and I'm like, oh, good God. $2,500 for a hunk of wood. No, Aiden, we're talking about how you're our carpenter. No, in all seriousness, though, I actually asked Aiden, I think it was last night, I sent him a link to all the, like, furniture in a box that we have. What the hell is this guy's problem? Like, all the flat pack stuff. And I was like, hey, can you assemble this? Because if I assemble it, it's going to end up in pieces. I don't assemble flat pack furniture. Like, I can't. It always turns out looking like crap. So I think Aiden has more patience than I do. So I'm like, hey, can you do this? Yeah, Aiden's actually just going to build us a new house while we're at it, too. God, these people are in a hurry today. Watch him slide through this intersection. Nope. Damn it, I was hoping he would. I was kind of hoping he wouldn't look like an ass. Yeah, so we've got a couple of malls by us, but thankfully they're not totally crap. There's a mall in Janesville. It's really struggling right now, but it's coming. COVID really hurt it, but it's coming back to life. It's doing pretty well, which is nice because I always liked going to that mall. Like, I don't go to the mall to buy stuff. I just go to the mall to like walk around and stuff. But then the two malls that are in Madison, well, there's three, but the two like indoor, there's one that's like an outdoor mall, but the two malls in Madison, they were hurting really bad for a while, but they're coming back to life too. Like the food courts are finally full again. There's a couple of stores that are vacant, but like it's not a desolate wasteland like it was for a while. It's nice to see them surviving. Like the malls in our area seem to do pretty good. I know it definitely varies area to area, but our area, it's not, they're not dead like they are. Because, like, if I'm stuck in an area for a while or some place waiting, you know, because it's a down day or something, sometimes I'll go to the mall and walk around, and sometimes they're just deserted. But it seems like southern Wisconsin, they seem to be surviving. Honestly, they're doing better than they were before COVID. But it's nice to see him making a comeback. Whoa! Did you see that? That guy nearly freaking ate shit. Yeah, nearly ate shit. Well, let's take a drive through town and watch people spin out for a minute. Why not? Sounds fun, right? This guy up here thinks he's a NASCAR driver, just flooring it. I don't know. I like going to malls. I just like walking around, especially around Christmas time. It's always really nice. But a lot of areas, they've just taken a dump, and it's people. I don't even think it's really that like Amazon's put them out of business or anything. I think it's more so that just so many people don't want to go do anything. Yeah, I think people are just really focused on like staying home now. Just don't get the foot traffic. I really need something to drink. Is that a quick trip? That might be a quick trip. See, the snow really tapered off, didn't it? That heavy snow went through. It's already crossing the river. It just shot through here. There's another heavy pocket of snow about to come through here in a few minutes, though. Yeah, our malls probably really aren't safe either. I mean, thankfully, like, we don't have trashy, like, there's not questionable people that go there or anything. But we have, like, they've got one security guard, and they're either morbidly obese, and I mean morbidly obese. I can't stop. I'm going to spin out. Sorry. I'll just slide right through it. They're either morbidly obese, and I mean pushing 500-something pounds, or they appear very incapable of handling a threat. Let's put it that way. I mean, like, 19-year-old chick fresh out of high school kind of thing. It's not... Now, I'm not saying that, like, mall security are heroes or anything, but it's just, like, I get the bad things that happens in malls and stuff these days. You would think that they would have, like... I'm not saying, like, robust security, but maybe, like, I don't know, a security guard that looks like they could be potentially capable of at least using the fire extinguisher or something caught on fire kind of thing, but... Let's go to this McDonald's, or the, Jesus Christ, quick, the gas, whatever the hell this place is. Frick this place. God, snowplow's flying, holy shit. He's not messing around. Might be his last day at work, who knows. Here we go. Man, this place is really busy. I don't think there's a single parking spot open, like, except over here. Like, I don't think there's one by the building at all. Oh yeah, okay, there's plenty. All right. There is a creeper van right there. So, hopefully no incidents happen. I wonder if my other phone is charged, because if it is, I'll take you guys in. If it's not, I can't. So I want to leave this one out here because I'm not going to dismount it. I don't even know where my other phone is, which means it's probably not charged. Oh, it is charged, son of a gun. I have no idea when I had this thing plugged in. Okay, so you're going to get a black screen for a second because I basically have to turn this one off and turn the other one on. So hold on. Hold on 1 second. Jesus. All right, just connected. Verify that we connected there.
Jesus.
Okay. So, see, I don't want to dismount all that stuff. Here's our snow. This is kind of a heavier pocket up here, but this kind of sucks. I'm kind of over this. Oh, God. Don't have any snow to kick off.
I can help whoever's next. How are you doing?
Not too bad. How are you?
Good. Do you have rewards?
Yeah.
And it's gonna be $1.79. Would you like your receipt?
No, I'm good.
Thank you.
All right,
See you next
thanks.
time.
Thanks. Ow, son of a bitch. I just hit my elbow. God damn it. God freaking Christ. Ouch. Well, good news. I got my drink, which I really don't like to get Mountain Dew because it's kind of nasty, but that's what I wanted right now. You want me to back up? Jesus Christ. Fucking creeper van. Alright, let's peace out of here. $2.37 for gas. God, that's nice to see. We're gonna go out over here because this looks like a traffic cluster. Oh look, it's like a little teeny tiny Sprinter van. That's like a new age creeper van. See what I-80 looks like. Alright, homie, I was here for you piece. God damn you. I was here first. Freaking piece of shit Buick Trax or Chevy Trax thinks he's a Buick Encore, but he's not. You cut in line in front of that guy. Oh, Jesus Christ. Seriously, you pay attention to those details? But so when I say things, they go in one ear and out the other, and then I go around somebody in line, and that's when someone notices. The guy did not... Jesus Christ. How the hell did you even see that? I didn't go around him. He didn't speak English, so he, like, motioned for me to go around him. And before somebody calls me a racist, like, he didn't speak English, so he did, like, so he did the motioning and everything. That's why you didn't hear any communication between me and him. Like, he told me to go around him by signaling. The universal language of moving your hand in that direction to tell people to go around.
Head west on US 6 West toward Boyram Street.
How in the
At next
hell
light,
did that
turn
even...
right.
You must have just barely saw him when I went by him. Or something.
At the light,
Yeah, in the
turn
quick
right
trip.
onto Boyram Street. Then you'll take your first right onto Highland
No,
Avenue.
I'm not taking my first right. Why would I do that? Where the hell's this thing taking me? God, there's always one of those people. Thought we were having a good day, and then we had that moron in there. God dang it. I didn't taste this soda before I bought it. So, the Quick Trip soda fountains are notorious for being not good. I don't think they ever, like, calibrate them. So, like, you actually have to calibrate those things, like the syrup to water ratio. I don't think Quick Trip ever does that. And sometimes they are so bad. Like, it's all syrup or it's all water. Like, just really bad. So I've made it a habit when I'm at a Quick Trip to always, like, taste test it before I buy it. I forgot to, but I got lucky. This one's not bad. Anyway,
Head west on US 6 West. At the next light, turn right.
I don't know. I appreciate everybody screwing around with us today. It's been kind of fun. We have got a really good turnout. This is what confuses me. So we can have 700, 1,700, whatever. We can have a lot of people on when nothing's happening.
At the light, turn
But
right
something
onto
will
South
actually be
Riverside
happening and then nobody's watching. Like, there could be a giant tornado on the ground and there will be like 600 people in here. But then the next day when nothing's happening, we'll have like 2,500 or something stupid like that. It's like, what the hell? Like, I'm not complaining. It's just, it makes you really wonder. It's like... But I appreciate the good turnout for the not so exciting event here. Yeah, you guys are getting hammered up there in the Northwest. Just constant rain. Big mess going on up there. Holy smokes. A lot of people aren't talking about it. Like it hasn't really made the news. Like I think it's starting to now, but it really hasn't made like social media very much. It's almost like unless you've been following it, a lot of people had no idea that mess was even happening up there. I don't think. I don't think I could ever live up there. You know, it's from my understanding, it's very pretty, but it just seems like all you guys ever do is get rained on. I I've never been farther northwest than Idaho, so one of these days we will. We'll have a reason, but a long drive to get out there. It's what is it, 9 hours just to get across freaking Montana? He was expecting snow in southwest Wisconsin. Maybe. I mean, it would just be like a snow shower, like just a random little like snow shower. I don't think anything organized. I didn't even really look. I think tomorrow, I think that there's supposed to be some snow showers that come across in the afternoon, but I don't really.
Go past this light and take your next right.
Probably not today, no. I actually hope that we melt, like, I hope we thaw out in Wisconsin a little bit before we get any more snow, because I got a hell of a mess in the driveway. Like, it's all ice and it's half melted and the water can't go nowhere because of the frickin' snow. Oh, I know where we're at. We're by the hotel we were at a couple months back. They were lazy when they named the city. I know. You would think that Iowa City would be like the middle of Iowa, like Des Moines. You would think Des Moines would be named Iowa City, not this random college town. Because this is basically just a college town. Oh, watch out. We got pedestrians here that we about smoked because they're wearing black clothes at night. Which, I mean, don't get me wrong, I totally do the same thing, but try to not walk out in front of cars doing it. See, I'm the opposite of a lot of these pedestrians. Like, if I cross the road, I'm the guy that's, like, yelling at people to just keep going. Like, I don't want to make the cars stop. It's like, just go. Like, I will walk around you somehow. Like, just, I'll fend for myself. Just drive. I don't know why it's taking me this way to get to 80. Probably because I ignored it for the first, like, 15 directions. We will be, Project Weather Eye will be getting out to the Northwest at some point within the next 1 year. Our friend Don is from up there, and he's always wanting to go do like the ice storms and stuff in parts of Washington and Oregon. And I actually agree, because there's some really interesting winter weather even that can happen out there. So one of these, between this time now and this time next year, there's going to be a visit out there, because it'll be one of those things where it's like, if it's absolutely dead and nothing's happening, maybe go out there for something, because that's kind of uncharted land so far. Like, we've charted every other part of the country except for up there, and I would like to go
The next light, turn left.
just pay a visit to say that we've kind of been everywhere. Why is Wisconsin the drunkest state of all? I don't know, but I can tell you can get like 6 DUIs before they actually do anything about it. Because I know people that have had like 5 DUIs and they're still driving around, so. I don't drink. I don't do the whole bar thing. Like, I'll go, like, I can go to a bar, like, but I don't drink. I don't drink. Like, I just don't. Like, I can, I guess, but I just don't. So I never followed any of that. We do have a bar not too far from my house that's got really good food, but I never go there anymore. I should go there just to get the damn food. But there's actually a couple of them. But oh, look at the snowfall. That's so pretty. Hold on, that might be a video here. Alright, I totally took a video of that while I'm driving. Somebody can sue me. He's holding his phone and driving! Yeah, and you're probably holding your phone and driving while you're typing that. Oh no, Patrick's here. Christ. Watch out, Patrick's back. I'm just kidding. We like Patrick. He's like one of our favorites. I kind of put Patrick and Paxton in the same crowd. Like when Paxton's not here, we have Patrick. It's kind of like having the same person. In a good way.
At the next light, turn right.
I mean that in a good way. Like, Patrick is a realist, and I appreciate that. I appreciate people that aren't crybabies about everything. Yeah, it's supposed to get super cold for a couple of days. Which sucks. I just hate the cold. But realistically, like, good news for you folks, if you're live in like the Wisconsin area, the Midwest region, it ain't gonna be that bad.
At the light,
This winter ain't gonna be that bad. Even if it gets absolutely miserably cold in January or February, like, think about it. We've gotten through, like, we're through November, we're almost through December, and it hasn't been that bad. And December is not going to get that bad. In fact, it should warm up for us in the Midwest at the end of the month. Like, if you think about it, the two, November and December are wild cards for us, where November can get really cold too. We're through those months already. Like, honestly, I mean, we're not doing too bad. So, if you think about it, even if it does get really nasty cold, I think at the end of the season we're going to be saying, well, at least it wasn't cold all winter, because it's been all right. I mean, it's been we've gotten some really cold nights, but it's heated back up enough during the day that kind of even things out a little bit, thankfully.
In 600 feet, turn left onto Prairie du Chien Road.
Yeah, January and February are usually our coldest months in like Wisconsin too. I mean, I think technically January is. So like March, usually there's a big pattern change right at the beginning of March. Like sometimes that cold goes into March, but usually once you hit March 1st, it's like done being nasty cold. But The cold doesn't really even bother me that much as long as it's not windy. Like when it's really windy out and you walk outside and it's just like punching you in the face, like that's what pisses me off. There's really not a lot of places in the US where you can live if you absolutely hate the cold and don't want to deal with the cold. Like there's really not, because it depends on how much you're willing to deal with it. Depends how much you can deal with it, because like you can go to South Florida, but like anywhere you go, it's you're gonna have cold snaps. But I mean, it's not like, for example, if you moved to, I don't know, let's say Texarkana, Texas, you're not gonna be in the freaking 20s all damn winter. You're gonna be in like the 50s. You know, so I mean, it really just depends on, I guess, like how much cold you're willing to deal with. But why in the hell? Wait a minute, what is Google doing? Why did she take me up here? What a turd. Oh, sorry, we'll stay on this road. This road's kind of cool. But a lot of people think that like moving out to like Texas or New Mexico or something is going to get you out of the cold. It certainly is not. It's not going to be as bad though. Like shit, it was like 72 degrees in Amarillo the other day. I think if I had to pick anywhere to live without having to worry about other obligations or travel time or anything like that, it would probably be somewhere near Amarillo. Somewhere in that region. But it would just never work because it's not central enough, and for what I do, it's kind of out of the way of everything. And there's no northbound interstate or anything. But I really like it out there in the Panhandle. One of my favorite places. Yeah, there's a lot of people in Florida. I completely agree. Georgia is the same way, especially North Georgia. There's a huge population boom. This is an interesting road choice to get us over to the highway. Probably works out for the better though. It's kind of pretty. Yeah, I would actually like to go to Alaska, but I don't want to go to Alaska because I don't want to drive through Canada, no offense. And I don't want to get on an airplane. So I'm just not going there. I would just like, I think it'd be interesting to go up there and live stream just for one day. Just to say we did. I mean, we could drive. It really isn't that, like, it is a long drive, don't get me wrong. But remember, folks, I also drove to California from Wisconsin in 2 days. That's like a 4-day drive. It was terrible, but I made it. And like that sucked, but it was doable. Like, I'm used to driving long distances. Like, it would basically be 3 like full days of driving. It's about 3,500 miles, I think, and it would be basically 3 full days of driving. Like, not 8-hour days, like full. Like, basically, you get up in the morning, you drive until you really don't want to drive anymore, and then you go to a hotel for 6 hours and you do it all over again. Not exactly a lot of fun. Like, if you wanted to push it, or you could take your time and, you could go up through, stop in places in Canada and stuff. I'm just not a Canadian person, I guess. And no offense to anybody who's from Canada. Like, I don't have anything wrong with you guys. I just don't. I don't know. Driving through the middle of nowhere, Canada, just isn't on my bingo card, I guess. Like, I have a sense of adventure. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know. I'll pass. I'll probably have to do it at some point, though. There'll be something crazy happening in Alaska. I don't know, and we'll have to go. Who knows? Yeah, I try to not fly because I can't take anything with. Like, I can't take all this equipment with. Like, for me to get on an airplane and, like, go do anything with weather would just be, like, impossible. For my personal satisfaction, I'm sure we could, but all of our airplanes are also falling out of the sky recently, so I'm really not exactly super keen on flying right now. And that's coming from somebody who can fly an airplane. So I really, I mean, private, not a big commercial plane, but like, I really don't want anything to do with it. It's got nothing to do with the conspiracies about the government sabotaging the planes. I'm just saying, like, our track record on aviation safety the past few months has not been great, and it's not comforting. And I think a lot of it might be a string of shitty luck, but still, it's just not, doesn't make me exactly optimistic to get on a plane right now. I actually have a story about Mexico that I really probably shouldn't talk about on the stream. There's also that time I drove into Canada and got kicked out of Canada. Well, I didn't get kicked out. The Americans basically almost made me go back to Canada. I'm just like, okay. I had enough paperwork to get into Canada without my passport on board. The problem was when I came back into the United States, they threw a fit. The Canadians had no problem. I showed them all the paperwork. I was like, hey, I have a passport. I thought that I could get in with this, and that, or whatever, and they had no, but they're like, well, it's okay, blah, blah, and they gave me a paper like this form. It said something was like in lieu of passport or something. Basically saying that I had a passport, they verified it was me. Don't worry about it, here's a free pass, whatever. They let me through, and they gave me this piece of paper instead of, basically documenting it, whatever. It wasn't a problem. And I drove in, screwed around for a while, chased the storms for a whole, 3 hours, came back out. And the Americans threw a fit. And they told me that it wasn't possible that I got let into Canada without a passport. And I'm like, I did, and they documented it right here. And it wasn't like a warning or anything. It was just a documentation. Basically, because what had happened is I thought I had the passport with me. I really did. But I didn't have it with me. And I turned out I knew where it was. And I told the guy, I was like, well, I realized I didn't have it after I was in line. And I thought it would look really shady if I got out of line. And he's like, no, he's like, this does happen. He's like, well, as long as you have one, he's like, we can look it up, but we have to verify this and that. They're asking me, all the stupid, credit check verification questions and like, you know, what road did you live on, you know, in 2015 or whatever, dumb shit like that from like the credit bureau. And, you know, they let me through. And then the Americans were just like throwing a fit and they treated me like dog shit. And I'm like, I'm an American citizen here. Like, I felt more welcomed in Canada. Like, I was really not happy with those people. I was also not very nice to them. Because as soon as they started getting crappy with me, I got pretty crappy with them. Because it's like, what are you going to do? Not let me back in the country? Like, obviously. But I told them, I was like, well, and they're like, well, you need to have your passport to cross into Canada. I'm like, okay, but the Canadians didn't have any problem with it. Like, in fact, they documented, like, I can't believe that I'm having an issue coming back. You know what I should have told them? I should have said, I just lost my passport. I got robbed in Canada and somebody stole it. That's what I should have told them. Yeah, that's true. You didn't used to need the passport for Canada. That's true. Yeah, I was just really annoyed by that. I don't know. Guy was having a bad day or something, but it's like there's no reason to treat somebody like dog shit over that. Like, you get paid the same amount hourly rate or salary or whatever they're paid to wave somebody through versus stop and talk to them. Like, there's no reason to be shitty. And this isn't anything against Border Patrol people, because every other Border Patrol person I've ran into has been, like, really friendly. So, because you run into them a lot down in Texas. Especially down by Fort Stockton, because it's when you're coming up the highway out of Sanderson. I guess there's a lot of drugs that come up that highway. And there's a couple of, like, I don't know, like, not way stations, but you know what I mean, like pull-out areas or whatever that they're sitting at. You drive through them, and if the dog smells anything, then they shoot you and take your drugs or something. I don't know, but I don't know. They've always been pleasant. I don't even think you legally. I don't know if you actually legally have to stop at those. I'm not quite sure what that is. I think it might be the same as like a DUI checkpoint where you might not even have to stop, but I think where they get you is, you know, you create a traffic bottleneck, and then if you have a dog, and then the dog just happens to smell drug, well, I mean, there's your probable cause there. But yeah, I pulled into it. The last time I pulled into the little thing, or whatever, I rolled my window down, and the guy was like, "I'm really sorry, just a moment of your time." He's like, "Are you traveling alone?" I'm like, I looked around, I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "All right." He's like, "Well, have a nice day." And I'm like, "Yeah, you too, man." I mean, polite, so. Again, but the vehicles I'm driving are not exactly suspicious vehicles, so I imagine they're definitely not really of interest to the Border Patrol for investigating drug smuggling. There was a time also, I was down by Del Rio, because this year it didn't happen. Apparently this year it just didn't happen. But normally we have, during the entire month of April and May, like twice a week, there's a giant softball-sized hailstorm that goes through Del Rio. Like twice a week, like clockwork. And I was down there a couple of years back. This was actually before I live streamed. This was back in like This was April of 2019, because I was just about to quit the ambulance job. This is April of 2019, and I was down there by Del Rio, and I was like pretty much right up to the border, and like 4 of these Border Patrol Tahoes or whatever like pulled up and got out and talked to me, and they were like, "Hey, what are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm a storm chaser, like piss off kind of thing." And they were kind of acting weird, and the guy goes, you know where you're at?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm still on the United States side, so I think I'm fine. Like, what's the problem?" And he's like, you might not want to sit here." And I'm like, what's the problem? And he's like, "This is not a good place." And I'm like, "Well, how so?" And he's like, "Well, if you want to go a couple of miles down the road, you're probably fine. But he's like, this is a really bad spot for like theft and drugs and all sorts of shit." I'm like, "Oh." And he's like, yeah, just kind of doing you the courtesy to let you know that you're potentially about to have your car jacked or something. I'm like, oh, that's nice to know. So I went about a mile down the road, pulled into a parking lot instead. So that was kind of nice. That was a nice courtesy, I guess. Tell me I'm in a shitty area. I don't know, what do you guys think? I'm kind of mentally checked out. We're still in the winter weather advisory, but I think I'm going to head home. I'm not necessarily done streaming. So you don't have to go anywhere, but I kind of want to go home. This Casey's right here, I'm convinced might be one of the best Casey's ever, just saying. Like, the food is always not hot, or I'm sorry, the food's always hot and it's never crusty. Because I hate when you go in there and the pizza's crusty. You know, you get the crusty Casey's pizza, that you don't want that. Like, it's never crusty there. This is Solon or Solon, whatever it is. Came through here on the way down. Pot roast sandwich where? At Casey's? Oh, no, that's probably... Oh, okay, never mind. I read that wrong. I was going to say, I don't have pot roast. I don't know if you guys have had the pot roast sandwich from Culver's, but man, they skimp you on that. You almost have to order two and put them together. Like, I think they put, like, 1 spoonful of pot roast on there. Like, a dinner spoonful. Like, I think if you ordered 2 of them and then put them, like, together, it would be good, but they really skimp you on it. It's good, but they skimp you on it. I don't know, that pot roast sandwich sounds really good right now, but I don't feel like going to Culver's. Open in... Oh, this gas station's all tore up. Is it new? Oh, they must be putting in new pumps or something. I don't know what they're doing there. Huh. Yeah, I mean, I like Culver's. It's not the best when you're in a hurry. And, like, I'm usually in a hurry. I mean, like, they do make the food for, like, it's a justifiable wait. Like, it's reasonable to wait for your food to have it not be crap. But the problem is I always go when I'm in a hurry, and I know damn well that it's going to be a 15-minute wait. But I go anyway. And then I get pissed off because I'm waiting. It's usually how it goes. Every time. I really wish we would get Waffle House to build out across the country. Because I can order from Waffle House, have the food in 5 minutes, and take it away. But they're just basically for me, they're like a winter thing because they're really only in the southeast. I mean, there's some up in like Ohio and stuff, and I think there's a couple in well, there's one in Joplin, I know that. So there's a few across. Is there one in Tulsa? I think there's one in Tulsa. There's a few all over the place. There's a bunch on I-25 in Colorado, between Colorado Springs and Denver. Which we haven't been out there for a snowstorm yet this year either, and I don't even think there's been one, because I think Denver just got its first snow the other day. Like, we're getting shafted here on the Colorado snowstorms. Yeah, the snow's coming down, but it's not heavy. This is wimpy snow. I like going out west for snow this time of year. A couple years ago, we had a snowstorm that happened just the day after Christmas. I think it was 2023. Because I left, it was just, this was a crazy day. It actually started, fuck you, these are my high beams, dickhead. Sorry. You want to play that game. But it started dumping snow out there in like Colorado and Kansas on December 25th of 2023. But it was also going to snow on the 26th. So I got up at 3 o'clock in the morning on the 26th. And I started driving, and I drove through Nebraska and then went to... Oh, shit. I went down, not through McCook, but I went down through some other, like, Holdridge or whatever. And then I basically went down, I came out, I popped out on I-70 at Hayes, Kansas, and then I went east, and I basically drove all the way to Burlington, Colorado. But when I got to Burlington, for some reason they closed I-70, and I think it was because there was a bunch of morons that spun out and like blocked the road. So I got off I-70 in Burlington, and then I took the back way. There's a highway that runs parallel to 70 from Burlington all the way to Goodland. And took that the whole way in my two-wheel drive Tahoe. And it was not... I was a little worried, let's put it that way. Because, I mean, at this point, it wasn't the snow coming down, it was the drifting. Like, there were 2-foot drifts in the road to the point where, like, I was stopping, backing up, and flooring it to get through this shit. Like, I was really worried. It got bad. The blowing and drifting got bad real fast. They really screwed me by shutting that interstate down. I guess it wasn't their fault, but whoever got stuck and blocked the interstate screwed me. But this was all in the same day, mind you. So it's about 7 o'clock at night now. 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, and I get to get into town, and then we basically started driving east and got out of there and went to Applebee's in, was it Hayes? Does Hayes have an Applebee's, or is it Salina? I know Salina has one, but hold on a minute. I know who we can ask. We have a local expert here. Hey, is there an Applebee's in Hayes, Kansas?
Yeah, there's an Applebee's right there in Hayes, on North Vine Street.
Yeah, okay, so it was Hayes. Drove all the way to Hayes, and that was the place where I told you guys how I got the steak that I just didn't want to eat. I wanted to take it with, but the waitress kept like making fun of me because I wasn't eating it. She told me that I eat like a child, and I started getting really pissed off. That was that story. That was that night. So this was like 11 o'clock, almost midnight, and then drove to Salina, stayed in Salina, and then drove home the next day. So I was gone and back in just a teeny tiny bit over 24 hours. Like, it was probably 32 hours I was gone and back. That was nuts. Like, that was one of the weirdest trips I've ever taken. Just because it's like, you're gone and back before you even realize you're gone and back, and you just had a snowstorm. It was just weird. Definitely could have sat that one out. It was crap. I think the most intense storm chasing driving I've ever done was back in 2021 before I streamed. It was Selden, Kansas, May 24th. So I had Nikki with, and we were already out. We were out for a couple of days. And ended up in Selden right as the tornado came down. Really, you seriously flip your high beams at me? You want to see some high beams? Jesus Christ. Got the tornado, whatever. Stayed in Colby, Kansas that night. Drove up to McCook. And then got on Interstate 80 and drove east. and got home at, I believe it was 9 o'clock Central in Wisconsin. There was there was a slight risk for Kansas the next day, and I was going to sit it out because it didn't look good. Well, I started looking at some like HRRR, and it was like printing supercells, and I was just like, oh man. And I thought, well, that sucks. Like, man, I'm really missing out. Shouldn't have came home. My phone like beeped or something right around maybe 1 o'clock in the morning, and it woke me up, and I like rolled over and I saw, like, coincidentally the new SPC outlook had just came out, and it said moderate risk, and I'm just like, are you freaking kidding me? And I literally I rolled out of bed, put my clothes on, got back in the car, and drove all the way to Jetmore, Kansas. So in that same day, mind you, that earlier that day, I woke up in Colby, drove up to McCook, and then east, drove home, got home at 9 p.m., went to bed at 10 o'clock, got woken up accidentally at 1 o'clock a.m., and immediately got in the car and took off and went basically right back exactly where we came from almost. Like, that was stupid. And it was a bust. Absolutely nothing happened. It was a total bust. I was pissed. I was so pissed. No, my low beams are definitely fine. I've checked the alignment on them like 12 times, and I think it's just because it's a tall truck. It's always cars. It's never trucks that do it, which I get it, but you know, if you're driving a car, like, that's just what happens. I don't know, because it's only small cars that do it. Which I get it, but at the same time, like, that's kind of what happens when you're in a small car. Like, when I used to drive a car, I mean, people's headlights were in my face too, but I didn't sit there and high beam them all the time. I think people are just getting, like, impatient anymore, and instead of just, like, chilling out about things, they're just like, fuck you, I'm gonna high beam you. A couple years ago, it was just like, oh well. People are just so rotten anymore. Like that guy, he left his high beams on, but I didn't high beam him because I didn't want to cause a wreck. That guy was an asshole. But people aren't dimming their high beams anymore. Oh, it was May 26th? Are you sure? I thought it was the 24th. Oh, you're right. The moderate risk. Okay, yeah. Because the 25th I drove home and back. Duh. I still think the Selden, Kansas tornado is probably, and I think it will always be the favorite tornado I've ever had. I mean, it was very pretty, but it was very rewarding. So we started chasing in Garden City, and there was a big HP supercell down there, and that's where the SPC, that's where all the tornado probabilities were. But I was looking at radar, and there was an outflow boundary that was visibly sharpening up there, east-west outflow boundary up there right by Colby, going up to Selden and like over to like Norton, Kansas. And I was just like, oh my god. I'm like, that's gonna do it. It almost has to do it. It had nice southeast winds, and it was a sharp outflow boundary. Like, to the north of it, it was like 15 degrees cooler. Like, it was a sharp outflow boundary, which usually you want those to be heated on both sides. But what had happened, the way that the storms had went through, it had heated up both sides, but there was another storm that went through and like dropped another outflow boundary that pushed it south. Like, it was just a very sharp boundary. I'm like, you know, if any storm can form and like actually ingest the boundary and ingest the warm air instead of the cold, like, it's just gonna go nuts. And I'm like, let's leave. So we left the storms down there, and it was really, I was nervous because as we were leaving, going north at like 100 miles an hour, we're passing like everybody. Like everybody's coming south. Like the first car that I passed was Hank, and I'm just like, oh shit. Like he's going the other way. And then we passed Daniel, he's going the other way. And I just want to remind everybody, that was a tornado that Daniel missed, if he's watching. Because every time I miss a tornado that he sees, he makes a comment. So just so you guys know, Daniel missed this tornado. And we passed Daniel and passed a bunch of other people that know what they're doing, and I'm just like, oh shit. Like, I'm either going to look really smart or really stupid. So we got up there, and the storm shit the bed. It just totally shit the bed. And I'm just like, well, the good news is the storm that we left to the south didn't do anything either. I'm like, well, this is all right, I guess. So we're sitting in this crappy little gas station in Rexford, I forget what it is, between Selden and Colby. But we're sitting there, and I'm just kind of like looking at stuff, and Jeff Petrowski's on the radio, just like all hyped up, and he's like, big tornado, there's about to be a big tornado, and he's just like freaking out. I'm like, what the hell? They're like, I picked up the mic, and I'm like, big tornado where? He's like, right there. I'm just like, right where? I'm like, what is this guy talking about? So, shit you not, in about 5 seconds, all this, like, then we had this like really pretty tornado start forming, and it just sat there, like west of town for like 25 minutes, and then hit the town. It hit the town, but it was pretty weak. It didn't really do anything, but it was really pretty out in the field. And that was kind of my favorite, just because it was really rewarding, because it was such a high-risk target at the last minute. But that was just really cool. I don't know, I liked that one. That was the, that fun fact, that was the last time I ever used a real camera to take a picture of a storm. That was the last time I used a DSLR, like an actual camera, to take a picture of a storm. Ever since then, it's been phone. That storm was actually the reason I stopped using a camera. Because I remember fumbling with it, and I had to stop using it because it was going to cost me video and the experience. Like, it was just too much fumbling, and I'm like, I'm not going to do this anymore. You're out of here, you don't need my what? I'm out of here now, don't need your permission for anything. Why? What did I do now? Well, who did I piss off today? Or maybe that was something I must have missed it. Wait a minute, who are we pissed off at? Who are we telling to F off because we don't need their permission? She's mad at why? What did they do? What happened? What did I miss? I missed something. Somebody's got to fill me in. Oh, she's been bitching about me? Well, where? I didn't see it. Are you guys sure? Because I didn't see it. And usually I'm pretty good at picking that out. I got a good eye for this. I don't see it. Yeah, I don't see it anywhere. I think you guys got the wrong guy. Seriously, what was her problem? What happened? She said ignorant rednecks will always use high beakers? The fuck's that? You mean beams? Well, I mean, that's not wrong. I mean, there are a bunch of ignorant people that use their high beams all the time. I mean, I don't know if I disagree. I don't know. There's obviously something I'm missing here. I don't know. What high beams? I didn't see her complaining about my high beams. I just saw her saying something about ignorant rednecks that use their high beams. Which, I mean, rednecks or not, a bunch of ignorant people will always use their high beams, I guess, but I don't know, I must have missed it. Well, this is a trash event, isn't it? That's all right. That's okay. I mean, if you look at it, it's a success. I mean, we were able to get the GoFundMe built up a little bit. I don't know how much. I just know that the bar looks like it's across the screen more than it was earlier. So appreciate it, folks. So, like, we're able to get the word out a little bit, talk about our plans and the announcement tomorrow. So, I mean, this kind of made it worthwhile. We got to go out there and see a little bit of moderate snowfall, whoop-de-doo, but yeah, so it was the Black Chaos Magic Magicians, or the Chaos Black Magic Magicians, or whatever the hell, that do black magic, chaos magic, the stuff, whatever. It wasn't actual witches. It was the green witches that actually came to our defense. I'm going to be on a podcast with the green witches here come March, so I'm not joking. So, yeah, so we attracted the attention of the green witches, and apparently there's a thing going on the Reddit community or some shit between these chaos, black magic, magician, creepos, Satanist weirdos, and the green witches. And I guess the green witches, like, know some of these, like, Reddit mods or Discord mods or something from the black magic magician people, and I guess they know some, like, incriminating information, and they, like, threatened them with it or something. I don't know, some dumb internet bullshit, but these people did leave me alone, so I mean, it's interesting, I guess. But yeah, they were after me there, and I was totally making fun of them that night, and then I pissed a lot of people off by making fun of them. Like, there were a bunch of people on Facebook that's like, you shouldn't make fun of people. Oh no, I'm totally gonna make fun of you if you call yourself the Black Chaos Magicians or whatever, and you literally live in Discord servers talking about how you're going to perform satanic rituals to cause, like, pity to other people, like, and then send stupid threats to me like, I hope you have salt, and actually expect me to take you seriously. I'm totally making fun of you for sure. And they weren't trolls. They legitimately were very serious about me. They were going to cast some sort of witch black magic spell on me. I'm just like, oh my god, give me a break. So I was totally trolling the crap out of them, and like, some people were like, that's just mean. I'm like, oh no, it's not. No. Like, this is just definitely well-deserved bullying. This is like well-deserved cyberbullying. Like, this is like traditional bullying, like, you deserve it kind of bullying. Like, oh yeah, and then I pissed off the Scientologists too. That was a while ago though. Tom Cruise gonna come out of the closet. Wasn't that the South Park episode with Cher? Or was that a different one? Oh no, we're totally going to Clearwater, Florida. Absolutely. We're going to infiltrate the Church of Scientology. I'm going to walk in there and intentionally get trespassed on a live stream. Don't even care. Like, call the cops, don't care. Like, I am absolutely going to go in there and ask for some sort of, like, priest of Scientology or something for an on-camera interview and see what happens. Absolutely. What's the worst that happens? I get a ticket and told to never come back to this Church of Scientology. Ooh, I'll frame it and put it on my wall. Hell, the cops probably don't even show up out there. They're probably, like, too afraid to even show up because they don't want to deal with them lunatics. They're probably telling them you're on your own. It was Cher and Tom Cruise. That's what I thought. Yeah, the Thetan meter. You guys know you can buy a damn Thetan meter on the eBay? I looked into it. I think I got a lot of Thetans. Yeah, Thetans are little, like Furby-looking critters that live all over you and suck out positive energy. And the only way to get rid of these little Furby-looking things, I'm not joking, is to give a lot of money to the Church of Scientology. Once you've donated 6 figures, then you level up and they start giving you some answers. And once you've donated like $500,000 or some shit for years and years and years, then basically they tell you that the owner of Scientology or whatever witnessed a volcano that pooped out a bunch of lunatics that tried to eat each other, and I don't know, and like there's like a lava monster in there, and there's an alien, and like the aliens invaded and took the lava monster or something. I don't know, it's just something stupid. I thought it was a joke. Honest to God, when I first heard about it, it was the South Park episode. I'm like, this has got to be a joke, and then I Googled it. I'm just like, oh, good God. So if you guys actually watch the South Park episode about it, it's actually a very accurate representation of what it is. Like, they really, I'm dead serious. Like, that is exactly how it all works. My recommendation, if you're interested, is just to watch the South Park episode about it, because it's honestly a very complete and thorough explanation of it all. And that's kind of the thing that I always tell people, like, South Park has no bounds. They make fun of everybody. Like, they treat everybody equally. But they also do a very good job of being as accurate as possible. Like, they're honestly, it's almost like a cartoon documentary in a way, kind of. I am a fan of South Park. The beautiful thing about South Park is they will never run out of episodes because the world is so screwed up these days. Like, I'm sure it's only a matter of time before we have a Tim Walz special on South Park. Not trying to make fun of any of you folks that are fans of him. I'm just saying, like, with all the Tim Walz drama, I feel like he's coming up in the next one.
In half a mile, turn right onto
Yeah,
the
South Park's been around for a long time. What year did that come out? Was that 2002? Hold on, I know somebody that can answer that question for me. Hey. Hey. You piece of junk. Fucking clanker. Hey, clanker. Clanker.
Quaker Oats?
No, clanker.
Or are you talking about
Turn right onto the ramp to defeat.
Clanker? Sounds like you're naming things now. First Quaker.
No, I was
now
calling you a
Clank.
clanker because you weren't answering me.
Oh,
In a quarter
well, I'm
mile,
listening
merge
now.
onto US
Uh-huh.
151 north.
Right. Hey, what year did South Park come out?
1997.
Thank you. Okay, so it's been out for, what, 27, 28 years? I feel like they're kind of right up there with The Simpsons. Like, it's just, they're kind of like embedded. Like, I don't think anybody doesn't watch them at some point in their life. They're just kind of two wings of the same bird. They've obviously salted this road. It's wet and it's cold. It's like 25 degrees, so. And it's not raining. It's spitting a little bit of snow, so they've obviously treated the roads. What is grok? A waste of $20 a month. That's what it is. This might be the stupidest winter storm chase I've ever done. We just drove 2.5 hours down there. We drove around for, what was it, 35 minutes, and then I'm driving home. Like, what the frick was this? That's all right. It was good to... So if we wanted to keep chasing, we would need to be down by Galesburg right now. So we probably would be down there, but I just don't want to be down there all freaking night. Because there's not a convenient route home. And I'm being kind of a crybaby here tonight. I kind of just want to get home. I didn't plan on coming out today at all. It's one of those things where it's like, well, there's a winter weather advisory. It's 3 hours away. It's been slow. Let's just go take a look at it. I'm like, yeah, I might as well. This is exactly how I expected it to go, though. No disappointment here. This is pretty much what I expected. I don't know. What do you guys think? Got another super trucker behind me. I'm doing like 10 over too. But yeah, it's been a decent turnout, which is nice. So it was good to see people join in. Sometimes streams like this are not exactly spectacular. God, it's Friday already. Holy, well, I mean, tomorrow's Friday, but it's basically Friday. Might as well be Friday. It's like Friday, it's like Diet Friday. I don't know. Happy Diet Friday, everybody. Yeah, it's Friday if you're on the other side of the ocean. It's true. It's about 6:40 here p.m. Central. So we're actually out of the winter weather advisory now. We are clear. No winter weather to advise here, so I'm probably gonna fix to get out of here, guys. I got some phone calls to make. I would expect a live stream on Sunday. Because on Sunday we should have a lot of our fixins for our base of operations, and I think we're just going to live stream putting all this shit together. Because there's certain things that are entertaining to people, and cussing things out tends to be entertaining for some reason, so I can guarantee you if I am involved in putting any of this stuff together, which I will be, there's going to be a lot of cussing at it. So it might be entertaining to folks, so we'll maybe live stream that. Because that's always fun. I hate putting that flat pack furniture stuff together. I just hate it. Like, they intentionally make it a pain in the ass. And the instructions are always terrible. Like, they always intentionally make the instructions horrible. Oh, somebody got pulled over. What side of the road are you on? The left? What the fuck? Oh, that sucks. Anyway, folks, appreciate all of our GoFundMe donors, our PayPalers, our channel members, super chatters, whatever category you fall into, or just subscribers. Like, you don't have to send us any money. Like, I don't want anybody to think that. Like, simply watching the stream helps us, sharing the stream helps us. So, like, if you just sat on the couch and watched our stream, that's supporting us. So I'll take that as a win. So, thanks everyone for following along. And I will talk to you guys all at some point this weekend. I'm not exactly sure when, but at some point this weekend. If you are not following the Facebook page, do that. Because that's where most of our updates happen. It works best. Twitter sucks. So, Facebook page. There is a link to all of our links in the chat, the top of the chat. Or just see thestorm.net. All of our websites have all the links. So, have a good night, everybody, and I will see you guys later.